So this is a 2K solar-powered wireless security camera. The box says OZ3B1 on it. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to buy it, I've seen the MSRP at $50, but I've also seen a $20 off coupon, so it looks like it might be as cheap as $30. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. So in the box, we have a manual. Looks like it has some QR codes to get the tutorials and maybe to get the software. We have a 24-hour video surveillance sticker. There is a USB A to C charging cable, some mounting screws with masonry or drywall kind of expansion plastic things here. And there's a sticker that has the drill stencil pattern. So you stick this up where you want it. You can drill pilot holes at the exact right spot to match up to the pattern on the mounting bracket. And then there's the camera itself. So this camera has a mounting bracket back here. It looks like when you tighten it up, it will stop rotating. So you basically put this on a wall and then you screw the camera onto it with this little ring. And once you've tightened that up, the camera will lock in place where it is. So the camera itself has a solar panel on the top. Everything else is basically completely sealed. They have a little sticker here that's protecting what looks like the camera and maybe a PIR motion detector. On the bottom of the camera there's a QR code, and there's a rubber cover with kind of a second hole in the center of it. So this guy has a place for a microSD kind of trans flash style card. There's a DC 5-volt power in for charging, and there's a reset button and a power button that are little pieces of plastic you push down. They push a button on the circuit board below. And so here it says model OZ3B1 HVINC3 power DC 5 volts, lens 3.6 millimeters, made in China, and there's an FCC ID number. Plug this guy into charge, and it's only drawing half an amp here at 5 volts. So it's charging currently at 2 watts. It might have come from the factory pretty much fully charged, but it doesn't look like it has a super fast demand on the charging circuit. So it looks like pretty much any USB A port you plug this into should be able to charge it up. So plugged in and charging, it has kind of an orangish light on the front. So when this guy is finished charging, the orange light turns green. So I'm going to be using this guy without paying for the cloud service. And they have a slot for a microSD card in here, and by inserting microSD card in that slot, it will record things locally instead of to the cloud. So you want to insert this with the edge card contacts facing towards the USB port. And then it will snap in place if you get your fingernail on it and push it down. Now I'm going to push and hold the power button. Alright, I heard a click and a noise, and this other light now is flashing red. I have their CloudEdge software, and I need to start scanning the QR code here to add the device. Alright, it scanned the QR code, and now it has found battery camera, and we are going to enter configuration. Alright, it hooked up to my Wi-Fi network. It does have just kind of a random name on it, and so I'm going to change this device name to something a little more meaningful. So it has detected my microSD card. I'm going to push the format button because this is the first time I've used this card in this camera, so I want it to be formatted for this camera specifically. I just put it in my window. Alright, I just put it in my window, and it could pick up my voice from about 10 feet away and started doing feedback over the phone's thing, so I hit the mute button. So it is transmitting video. I can push the record button and it will record to my phone. I can push the hold to talk and talk out it, and the thing will come out the microphone. So you can hear the speaker there. I can take a picture, just a single one. So it is transmitting video. I can push the record button and there's the camera. If I hit the light, we get a light coming out of it. If I turn on the siren, it gives me, hey, do you want to turn on the siren? Because it's loud, it may disturb your neighbors. I hit OK, and off it goes. It'll automatically turn off in 25 seconds, or if you push the button, it turns off on its own. I didn't really think it was that loud, but it's enough to get somebody's attention and tell them, hey, somebody noticed you. All right, I'm going to go set this guy up outside. So this part here comes off. You screw that into whatever mounting place you want it, and then you take this and screw it back on, adjust the position and tighten it down. I call this supply cam because we're keeping an eye on our supply is here when they're right and ready to dip. So mostly I just pull up the camera feed. It takes a second or two to give me a live view of checking the papaya status. But anytime people walk by or move by this area, the camera detects the motion, sends me an alert message, and records what happened. At night, it will turn on a little spotlight after a little bit. You can kind of see a color view with the spotlight turned on. So it's done a pretty good job. It seems to detect all the motion that I know about that going siren out there. And you know, the battery has been just fine. The little solar panel on the top just kept it topped all the way up.